You think you've got a bad beat problem, but what if your problem isn't bad beats? It's bad expectations. Most bettors treat every bet like a final exam. You win, you're a genius. You lose, you suck. Now that's a losing mindset, and it's killing your edge. Because if you don't understand expected value, if you're judging your bets by the result, not the process, you will always feel lost, even when you're winning. So in this video, I'll break down how sharp bettors actually think, why EV is your secret weapon, and how to build long-term profit even through losing days. Let's get to work. The first point is that you think profit means you're smart. The problem, let me guess, you hit a bet yesterday and you're feeling good. You must have had a good read, right? Maybe you even posted a green check mark on your story. But what if that bet was actually a bad play? What if you just ran hot? This is what messes most bettors up. They confuse outcomes with process. Here's a solution. Understand that good bets can lose and bad bets can win. That's variance. And over the short term, it's unavoidable. EV asks, if I could place the same bet 100 times, would I profit? That's the real question pros are asking. So for example, let's say you bet a player's points over because he's due. He hits the over 23 points and you cash. But the pace was slow, usage was dropping, the matchup was brutal, but he shot 8 for 11. You got lucky. That's not a good bet. That's survivorship bias. So go ahead and apply this. Track your bets and your reasoning. When you win, ask, did you have an edge or did you get bailed out? That level of honesty builds sharp bettors, not hot streaks. But if you can spot EV, how do you actually ride it out long term? Which brings me to my second point. You don't trust the long game. And this is a problem that a lot of people run into. You know it's about long-term profit, but after 3 losing days, your confidence is gone. You start to second guess your reads, you abandon filters, you lower your units on good bets and increase them on bad ones. That's called result-based betting, and it will crush you. Here's the solution. Shift your identity from pick a winner to follow the edge. A losing day doesn't mean the system's broken. Just like a green day doesn't mean you figured it all out. Think like a casino. They're not trying to win today. They're trying to make millions over thousands of hands. Take this example. Imagine a bet where you have a 56% edge at minus 110. Over one bet, you could easily lose. Over 500 bets, you'll print money. The edge takes time to show up. It's math, it's not magic. So in order to apply this, you need to zoom out. Track 100 bet samples. Don't judge success on single days or slates, because that's just noise. What you want to do is be placing plus EV bets every time, and the bankroll will catch up. But even with EV and discipline, how do you find those edges in the market? Which brings me to my third point. You're ignoring the market. Most bettors never ask, why is this line what it is? They see a player line and go, oh, that's low, I like it. Or that's high, I'll fade it. But the market is at random. It's efficient and it moves for a reason. If you ignore the market, you're ignoring your best insight into where the edge might live. The solution? Start thinking like a book. Books don't care if you win one night. They care about balancing risk across thousands of bets. So when lines move, that's information. When juice adjusts, that's information. When a player's line opens lower than expected, you guessed it, that's information. An example, let's bring back my boy Mikal Bridges. His line opens up at 18.5, but it drops to 17.5 despite no injury news. That means money came in on the under, maybe a model flagged risk, maybe sharp bettors pounced. Are you betting blind or are you seeing the movement? In order to apply it, you got to use tools. I use Props Madness, RotoWire. Be sure to track line movement, public money, injury impact. You don't need to be a math whiz. You just need to be aware of the context, because edge isn't about stats. It's opportunity, it's mispricing, and the market is your clue. Now let's wrap this thing up. If you want to be a sharp bettor, you've got to stop judging yourself on short-term outcomes. You need process over emotion, EV over gut feel, and a long-term mindset over hot streaks. This is how I bet. It's how I coach inside the Daft Collective. It's why members stick around even when variance hits. They're not looking for luck. They're building a system. So if that's what you're ready for, then join the school community below. Stop chasing, start betting with confidence. And in the next video, I'm going to walk you through how to find a real edge in the prop market. Because if you've ever thought, I like that play, but what did I miss? That video is going to change how you research forever. I'll see you there.